ready? We're going in with, what's it called, PPE? Is it
Yes.
PPE?
Yes, it's PPE. So we've got the gloves, the glasses, ear defenders somewhere, masks. We'll have the windows open as well to get some circulation of air.
Yeah. I am taking off, welcome back to our channel by the way, but I am taking off this purple plaster and you are going to start to take off this plaster just to see what's underneath, just to see what is to do with this wall and the ceiling.
So this is likely to be a plaster lath. So there'll be joists, timbers, thin strips of timbers, and then plaster on top. So hopefully this should come off reasonably easy. It's just whether the ceiling has been supported. It's likely to be without any large timber. So as soon as I get down to the point where I can see all the timbers, I can then see what's supporting the ceiling properly, and then we can add some extra timbers in, and then I can remove the rest of the wall. So I've got to remove this side of the plaster, the other side of the plaster, and then we'll take this wall down completely once we've supported the ceiling. So
yeah. Right, let's get this started.
yes. Right, so I start taking the plaster and lath down. As you can see, this is the lath, and then obviously the plaster's on top. It goes in between the gaps like this, and that's what holds the plaster in, but you're taking all that down. The good thing is, there's some larger timbers up here. Obviously I have to check each end to see if they're supported, but I'm sure we can. But in fact, there's a couple of larger timbers which are likely to be supporting the ceilings in the hallway in here. That means that as soon as I've checked that out, we should be able to remove these vertical beams and then be able to remove the rest of the entire wall. So that's really good. So hopefully these are all good and supported at both ends. Then we're ready to go carry on. So it's good.
Fingers crossed, fingers
Yes.
crossed. just stopped for a minute because there's a light at the top here, because this is where they used to have a sink. And I thought I'd just show you this old wallpaper that's behind there. Don't know how long ago that was put up, but it looks quite old, doesn't it, Lee?
Yeah.
Would you say 50s, 60s?
Probably 60s, I think.
Yeah. It's so nice, isn't it, to see wallpaper. The layers of history with a house.
And we're ripping it apart. We're ripping it apart.
We are. But it's a long time coming. We've been here a few years, not too many years, but we've been here a few years now and been wanting to rip this purple wall down for quite a while, so
yeah, because on this
feels
wall,
good.
It was a kind of a leopard skin wallpaper on here, so it's kind of black and silvery colour.
Yeah, I have got some photos, so I'll pop them on the screen now so you can have a little look.
Took that off and then just left what was underneath it.
Yeah.
But this will be really nice, so this will be like the other room. So we'll get in between the gaps, we'll lime mortar all the joints, so it's quite a big job.
Yeah, but if you can see, it's actually mud that's in between here. And in the other room, I scraped out, I think with a little knife, scraped all the mud out.
Could use this?
Yeah, I could use that. I prefer a knife because it's lighter to hold.
So here's just mud, there's no cement in here, it's just held up with mud.
Mud, it's amazing, isn't it?
Mud, hair and horse hair and other stuff like that.
Yeah.
Straw. So we'll strip out just the top, just a little depth of it, not too far, like this.
Yeah, just to get enough just to put the lime plaster in.
And then we'll put a lime mortar joint in, and it'll look really, really nice when it's done.
It will. Clean up the stonework. But the stonework looks really good. And you said it looks quite dry, doesn't it? So
the wall's really dry now. When we first moved in, this whole middle wall, because the roof was leaking, this wall just soaked it all up. It was like a sponge.
It was sodden, wasn't it?
And it's taken probably a couple of years to dry the wall out properly. So taking this off will help for it to remove the rest of it, and then when we're ready we'll mortar joint this. But in all fairness, it looks pretty dry, it looks good.
Yeah, it's going to look lovely when it's done.
Yeah.
Right, crack on again. Look, Lee's going to finish the top bit for me. Not a bad morning's work. We have nearly demolished this entire room in the space of about 2 hours. Right, I think it's definitely time for a cup of coffee. sort of in a daze, aren't we?
It's all right though.
Yeah.
2 walls down. Just got to do the other side now. That one. And then.
I'm going to get my knife or that scraper thing that you had, and I'm going to start scraping out the mud.
Oh, okay.
In between the stone. Once I drink this nice cup of warm coffee.
Leftover.
Warming my hands up on the coffee.
Leftover cake from Christmas.
Your favourite? Tell everybody what your favourite Christmas little treat is.
Stollen, German Stollen, mini bites, raisin, marzipan. Love marzipan. Lots of sugar. Probably really bad for you.
Yeah.
But they're really tasty.
And the best place that you find them to buy is?
I always buy them at Lidl.
Lidl.
Little ones are the best for me.
Yeah.
They come in a nice little basket thing. They're normally in the shops about October, November. So I normally help myself to a couple of packs in October, eat those very quickly, and then get myself some more for Christmas. So.
But Lee was the only person in the whole house that liked them, and then I suddenly decided that I like them too, and now he has to share them, which you're not happy about, are you? But that's life.
I'm happy to share. I just buy more packs.
Yeah, they're quite dear. They're about nearly £3 for a little.
Yeah, but
box.
Yeah, I think M&S sell them, Aldi sell them. I'm not sure. I think Tesco's might. I'm not sure, but they all do taste different. And then, and also you can get the big, strong cakes, so they're this sort of size. I found them a bit dry.
Yeah, they're definitely not dry. I think that's what's nice about them.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Right, so you're going to be in the other room now, which is the little room, and Lee's gonna start to do exactly what he's done on the other side.
But that room's obviously been renovated at some point because it's because I've taken off.
Yeah, I painted it. I painted that little room.
I thought you still had the glittery paint.
Maybe on the other wall, but on the wall that you're taking down, I painted that when we first moved in.
Yeah, no, when I'm talking about decorate, they've taken down the original plaster and then put boards up, so plaster boards. Because on the other side, where I've obviously taken down the wall, you can see that it's boards, not plaster on there. So they should come off in one big go, but I've still got to remove all the battens, the lath, as they call it. So I'm not sure what it will be. I didn't check the hallway bit. But then we can contain the dust. I'll keep the door closed, open the window, and then I can contain the dust in that room with my mask and everything. So, but I think downstairs I may get a thing called an air cleaner. So it sucks up the dust in the room, and then it transports it out or filters it. And that's a really good thing to have because it basically clears the dust around the room and basically draws it in and then pumps out clean air. So they're pretty cool. You can hire those, I think. So I might get one of those for when we do downstairs and in here, because obviously we've got 2 walls in here and in the current dining room.
It's going to be a long hole slog.
Yeah, we're taking a lot.
Dirty long hole, dirty long slog.
We are taking a lot of finishing walls. We're not taking much walls down, but we are taking a lot of the finishing of the wall down. But
kind of dealing with 6 different spaces, like all at the same time is...
Yeah.
Well, it's good to do it because it gets it all done in one go, but messy and hard because you're having to move everything and try and find spaces for everything. Because soon we are going to have to move everything out of here where we sit in the evening, and we're going to have to take it all into the kitchen because that's really the only space that's going to be going to be So we're going to eat in the kitchen, cook in the kitchen and sit in the kitchen. I mean, it's the big kitchen, so it's going to be all right, but it's cold in there and it's a little bit damp near the fireplace, isn't it? But
yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's there's enough space there to put a settee and get everything. We'll make it comfy anyway.
We will. Well, you will see it all. You will see it all. Warts and all.
Yeah, so we're probably losing. Yeah, we'll probably be having half the house unusable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but we're not unused to that. In the old house we had before, we had an extension on that house, and for quite large periods of that, we had very little space in that house until the extension was finished.
Yeah, but we had 2 children living at home then,
easier
so now it's just us. We've only got ourselves to please and to upset, haven't we? So
yeah. The problem is everything that we had in the front of the house is now kind of boxed up and stored in the bit that we could or can use. So we're quite limited. I think upstairs there's literally one space up there. So 1 bedroom and then the bathroom. That's it. I mean, that's all we need anyway. So. But yeah, I needed that.
Right, so I'm in the little room. So Lee's about to take down this wall here. And this is the wall that I did actually paint. A nice kind of browny coffee colour. But that wall now has got to come down. Well, the plaster has got to come down first, and then the wall, this one will come down, and obviously it's connected out into the hallway. Just here. It's going to look very strange when that comes down. I can make it into one big room. And Lee wanted me to use this, which, yeah, could work, but it's just heavy. He doesn't think it's heavy, but it is heavy. And if I use that, I know my wrist at the end of that is going to kill. So I'm going to use this old screwdriver that was my dad's, which is really blunt, but it's light and it's just easy. I like things that are easy. So that's what I'm going to do now. This is quite therapeutic actually. I quite enjoy this. I just wanted to film how wonky this door is. It doesn't look that wonky on the camera, but it is really wonky, isn't it?
So what's happened is that at some point the ceiling has been levelled. So the ceiling is quite flat, it's all flat. You can actually see that with the door here. So this is level and straight, but both this door and the other door are held the same sort of level as the floor. You can see that this comes down, that stays straight. So at some point the floor is just sinking and lowering down on all the front of the house, but the ceiling has either been corrected or it's remained straight. But it then seems like they've made adjustments to these sections to make it all level and flat. So probably in the 60s, 70s when they lasted a big decoration and sort of renovation of the house. So you can see this door is just not level at all.
No, not level at all.
So rather than correcting the door, or they've kind of gone round it, or
yeah,
kept it. I don't know why,
but it's a great big space now. And we did say that it looks like it's crying out for an ensuite for this room. But it's the plumbing, it's the sewage, it's all that, which is complicated. So we don't think it's an option, do we?
Probably not, but we'll see.
It sounds expensive.
Oh, it's definitely expensive. I mean, to fit out a whole new bathroom is
Yeah,
6 to 8 grand.
yeah,
Then you've got all the plumbing. I mean, you could get it all done, get the plumbing down and out, but then to get it from outside the house to where our cesspit is,
yeah,
it's a bit more difficult, because we are looking at some point to get a water management sort of tank, like a septic tank, but a kind of biodisc type thing. But we're not quite ready for that. But we'll see. We've still got to. I mean, the main goal is to remove this wall so we can think about levelling the floors. That's the important thing.
Yep, let's just work on that for now. Lee's going to take these wooden struts here down tomorrow. Another job for another day. We're nearly there though, nearly there. I've made a start on taking out the soil in between the stone. But we have the horrible task now of clearing up. It's starting to get dark, so we need to clear all this away. And we're going to go and put it in the garden where we had a fire about a year ago. So we're going to pop it there. And then we're going to use the rubble as hardcore for our new shed. This wall looks okay actually, there's a few holes. Well, they'll be easy just to fill. Put some small stones in there and fill it with the lime mortar. This wall is going to look great. It even looks all right now. Well, here's the rubble. I'm absolutely shattered. I can hardly speak. Oh, oh blimey. Oh, that is definitely enough for today. I'm going to have a nice shower. Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to show you this absolutely magical snowy scene that I have woken up to this morning. It's a sunrise and it's just beautiful. Look at it. It's just so pretty with the snow glistening away. I just had to show you. But it's been actually a couple of days since the last clip that you saw when we were doing the bedroom. Lee woke up the next day and we were planning on doing some more work to it, but he didn't feel very well at all and he decided just to stay in bed and rest because the next day he was actually going away with work. So if he'd carried on working, he wouldn't have got out. So he just needed to just rest. So he stayed in bed and he did feel a bit better yesterday when he did go off on his little travels with work. So that was good. But I am going to go for a walk this morning because I just want to make I can't get my words out. I want to make use of this snow and just get out and enjoy it. So I'm going to go for a lovely cold walk. I'm going to enjoy the snow. I'm going to text Lee and see how he's getting on because he's coming back tonight. So I'm hoping that he's okay and recovered a little bit. So I'm going to go and do that. And then, well, not sure. I've got to go to work this afternoon. So that's the trouble with snow, isn't it? Half the time you want it to be here and then you think about work and then you think, oh no, I don't want it to be here. But right, I'm going to go for this walk and I'm going to enjoy it. Such a lovely morning this morning with the snow overnight. I just had to come out. The air's so clean, isn't it, when it's been snowing? Lovely. birds are all singing. Happy to be alive. It's just wonderful. Can you hear me crunching in the snow? Absolutely love that sound. Crunch, crunch, crunch. So the sheep have moved into the next field. So if I'm nice and quiet, might be able to get a little shot of them. Just turn my camera around. Looking at me. Footpath runs just across this field, so they are used to people. I'm just going to walk around the edge, I think. Oh, I do love the snow. But what I don't like is the ice. I don't like it when you have to go out and you're just frightened that you're going to slip over all the time. But Lee's away at the minute in Manchester with work, and he texted me because the weather is actually quite bad in Manchester. It's always worse up north of the UK. And he texted me and said that he'd fallen over in the ice. Luckily he hasn't hurt himself, because that would be, well, he's such a worry. He is quite clumsy, but luckily he's okay. Hasn't hurt himself, feels alright this morning. A little bit achy, but nothing serious, so that's definitely good news. Thank you for watching our video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm back from work now after a very cold afternoon. Lee is back from Manchester. Did take him quite a long time to get home as his flight was cancelled, so he had to get a taxi, but that's a different story. But he does feel better. It did, and he didn't really hurt himself from his fall, so that is good news. Right, well, take care of yourselves in this cold weather, and we will see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye.